how the global markets are faring in trade as we speak. The markets in the US are trading in positive territory, while the S&P and the Nasdaq are mildly in the positive territory. The Dow is 0.3% in the green. This as investors have kept an eye on key economic data coming out on the US. The European markets, meanwhile, are, however, in positive territory. Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen hinted at a possible rate hike next month. But Surbhi, unfortunately, the Indian market's not looking all that good today.
Oh, absolutely, Ron. In fact, the Indian market underperformed its global peers as the Nifty ended 0.75% in the red. The Sensex also gave up about 180 points. The Nifty Bank mirrored this weakness, and mid-cap slumped more than 250 points to end 1.6% in the negative, the mid-cap index, that is. Moving on, scripting a new chapter in the history of space exploration today, the Indian Space Research Organisation successfully launched a record 104 satellites from the spaceport in Sriharikota. The mission was spearheaded by B. Jayakumar, who is the project director, and was executed under close watch of ISRO chairman A.S. Kiran Kumar. In the process, ISRO broke Russia's 2014 record of satellite launches. Now, Lata Venkatesh caught up with Amitabh Ghosh, a space scientist who worked closely on NASA's Mars rover mission. Here's an excerpt from that interview.
In the space business, if you are 99% successful, then you have failed. You need to be 100% successful, because if 1% if you're not successful, that rest of 1% failure can be catastrophic. So the fact that that ISRO is pulling these flawless launches one after the other, which are very complicated, does show that ISRO has graduated to a different league altogether. This is not just isolated achievement for this specific launch, but everything starting from Chandrayaan to Mangalyaan to here. So the trajectory has been absolutely stupendous, and you have to assume that this is a space agency probably in 1999 had a budget of $200 million, and now it is probably 1.4 billion. So the budget has increased 700%. In this interstitial time, NASA budget has probably increased 20%, right? So it is something which has grown tremendously, and ISRO has probably single-handedly helped to put India, the brand India, on the map.
Well, I take your point. It certainly makes us, even ourselves, proud. But if you could, break it down into more tangible things, does it increase our ability to analyze things around us? Does it improve our computers, our ability to build better computers, or even analyze soil samples? I mean, just what might be the next step or the next benefit that we might get?
See, it is very hard to pinpoint what a specific launch would yield, because remember, most of the payload is international, so it's not even Indian. So what this does is really build the human resources, help us to help motivate us to think about problems and how we can solve them. Most important, help us build capability.
Well, indeed.